Welcome back students. So today we are going to study social science subject of class 9th standard. In social science we are going to deal with the history section. The first lesson is that the Mughals and the Marathas. Okay, so in the previous video I said you that we are revising the lessons along with the question answer children. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the question number 3. What are the areas won by Akbar? So as you know that children, Akbar was a really very great ruler and he was a religious tolerant ruler. So he won Bengal, Malwa, Jaipur, Gondavan, Chittor, Kalinjar and Gujarat. So these are some important places won by Akbar. So we'll move to the next question. Describe the contributions of Shah Jahan to art and architecture. So as you know that children here, the Mughal emperors, they have given their very impactful and very good contributions in the field of art and architecture. So the famous name among them, that is Shah Jahan, he has contributed the most to Mughal art and architecture. So he built a wonderful monument in Fatehpur Sikri and Agra. Okay, along with this children, Shah Jahan built Akbari Mahal, Taj Mahal, Jahangir Mahal and a fort at Agra. He built forts in Lahore and Allahabad. Similar to the one in Agra, the country's largest mosque, Jamia Masjid, was also built at Delhi during Shah Jahan's period. Well children, the masterpiece of his art and architecture, that is Taj Mahal. The building, the Taj Mahal built by Shah Jahan, is the memory of his queen Mumtaz Begum. So this monument has been constructed in the loving memory of his Begum, Mumtaz Begum, and no wonder it is really very beautiful. Okay. So next children, we will move to the next question, that is describe Shivaji's system of administration. So well children, I already said you that here Shivaji was really very great in the Marathas. Okay, Shivaji was the most famous of Marathas kings. He was successful not only in expanding his kingdom but also in giving a good administration. He had organized an efficient administrative system in his vast kingdom. So he was really very famous king, and children here you can see that his administration system was really very good and he organized, he given an effective administrative system to his vast kingdom. Along with this, he had divided his kingdom into provinces that were called as Swaraj. Okay, so along with this children here, his kingdom was called as Swaraj and Mughal areas. Marathi was the language of administration. There were ministers known as Ashtapradhans in the central government to assist the king. So children, here you have to remember the points children, that is Shivaji was really a great king among the Marathas. Okay, along with this you have to remember that whatever the administration he has given, it was really very effective, and the kingdom was divided into Swaraj and the Mughal areas. Marathi was the language of administration. So there were ministers, they were known as Ashtapradhans. So these ministers were in the central government to help the king in the administrative matters. Okay children, in addition to them, there were other officials also, like province, district and village were the administrative units. His revenue system was favorable to farmers. In his administration, tradition system of justice was in practice. There were Brahmin judges who used to give decisions based on smritis. So children, the province, district and village. So these were the important administrative units. Okay, so the revenue system was also really very good and it was in the favor of the farmers. So when the terms come for the justice, Brahmin judges were there and they have to dispatch and they have to give the decisions according to the Smritis or scriptures. Okay. Next we will move to the next question, that is explain the achievements of Baji Rao. So well, answer is like this. Baji Rao first was an unparalleled warrior. He was really very great warrior. In his northern expeditions, he conquered Gujarat, Malwa and collected Chauth and Sardesi Mukh taxes. So as you know that children, Chauth and Sardesi Mukh, these taxes were introduced by Shivaji, which has been continued by Baji Rao first also. Then Baji Rao first defeated Nizam ud Mulk and collected 50 lakhs as war compensation. Okay, so along with this, he also conquered Salsette and Basins from the Portuguese when the Maratha leaders Scindia, Holkar, Gaikwad and Bhosle decided to become independent. Baji Rao succeeded in suppressing their revolts and re-established the glory of Maratha Empire. Okay children, hence because of this year, Baji Rao first was also called as Shivaji second because he was a great ruler. Okay. So once again I am repeating all my points here children. Please read it very carefully. So when the terms come for the achievements of Baji Rao first, so he was really very unparalleled warrior. He was really very great warrior in his north expeditions. In his North Indian expeditions, he conquered Gujarat, Malwa and there he collected Chauth and Sardesi Mukh taxes. Okay, Baji Rao first defeated Nizam ud Mulk and collected 50 lakh rupees as war compensation. Along with this, he conquered Salsette and Bassein from the Portuguese. So when the Maratha leaders like Scindia, Holkar and Gaikwad, Bhosle, they decided to become independent, then Baji Rao succeeded in suppressing their revolts and re-established the glory of the Maratha Empire. So because of this reason, he was called as a Shivaji second. Okay, Baji Rao was really very great. So along with this, we also learnt about the Shivaji's administration. What we learned that children, Shivaji was really most famous king among the Marathas. He was successful in expanding his kingdom, but also he gave a very good administration. Okay, so administrative system was really very efficient children. His kingdom was divided into the provinces. These provinces were called as a Swaraj and the Mughal areas. Okay, so when the terms come for the administration, Marathi was language of administration. Marathi was official language in his period. Okay, so to assist the king, there were Ashtapradhanas in the central government. These people were assisting the king. In addition to them, there were other officials also. Province, district and village were administrative units. His revenue system was really very favorable to the farmer. So in his administration, traditional system of justice was in practice. Justice has been given in the terms of the traditions. Brahmin judges were there, so who used to give decisions that is based on the Smritis. Okay children, so along with this, we also studied about Shah Jahan. Well children, when the terms come for the Shah Jahan, so he has really given a patronage to art and architecture. Okay, Shah Jahan, who contributed the most to Mughal art and architecture, built a wonderful monument in Fatehpur Sikri and Agra. Okay, along with this children, Shah Jahan built Akbari Mahal, Taj Mahal, Jahangir Mahal, and a fort at Agra. So these are some important forts built by Shah Jahan. Along with this, he also built forts in Lahore and Allahabad, just similar like Agra. Okay. The country's largest mosque, that is Jamia Masjid, was also built at Delhi during Shah Jahan's period. Okay children, so the Jamia Masjid is also a great contribution of Shah Jahan only. Okay, then along with Jamia Masjid, he also constructed Taj Mahal. So this Taj Mahal has been constructed in the memory of his loving queen, that is Mumtaz Begum. Okay, so along with this, we also discussed about the areas which has been won by Akbar. Well children, when the terms come for the conquest of his areas were Bengal, Malwa, Jaipur, Gondavan, Chittor, Kalinjar, Gujarat. So these are the important areas won by Akbar. Well children, in this particular lesson we studied about the important rulers like Babur. So in the previous class what we learnt about Babur. Babur laid the foundation of Mughal Empire in India. Okay children, so the first we also discussed about the first battle of Panipat, which has been taken place in 1556. Okay, so this first Panipat battle has been taken place between the Ibrahim Lodi and Babur. Okay children, at that time Ibrahim Lodi was the Sultan of Delhi. After defeating Ibrahim Lodi, here Babur established his capital city in Delhi, and later on he conquered Ghagra, and Kanwa war has been waged by him, and later on children he conquered so many places in North India. And along with this children, here you can see that Ibrahim Lodi's brother was also defeated by Babur only. Okay, along with this we also discussed about Babarnama. So Babarnama, it has been written by Babur only. So in that book children, you can see that the geographical areas which has been conquered by him, that has been described in that. Along with this children, we also discussed that in the Babarnama, not only the geographical areas, the politics and administration also has been given. Okay, so along with this we also discussed about Sher Shah Suri. So Sher Shah Suri, he was the ruler of Bihar. Okay, so his administration was really very good children. Okay, and along with this children, here you can see that he was known for his justice. Okay, so whenever the war has been taken place, once the crops has been damaged through his troops, then the compensation is going to be provided by the Sher Shah. Compensation was going to be provided by the Sher Shah only, and this was really very great development in that period. Okay, when we will compare to nowadays, the compensation is going to be provided by the government, but there will be partiality to provide it for the common people. So here at that time's administration was really very good children. Okay, so this thing we saw in the Sher Shah's administration. Okay, along with this we learnt about Akbar's Deen-e-Ilahi. This will tell that Akbar is a really very religious, tolerant ruler. So whatever good aspects that is belonged to the different religions, they were discussed in this Deen-e-Ilahi. Okay, so because of this reason he was really a great ruler. Okay, along with this, we also discussed about Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan was really a good warrior and he has given his patronage in the place of art and architecture. One of his masterpiece in the field of art and architecture, that is Taj Mahal. Okay children, and along with this another one important ruler of the Mughal dynasty, that is Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb, he was considered as a Zindapir. Okay, and he assumed the title that is Alamgir. Okay children, so here Aurangzeb, he lived very simple life. Okay, so he himself kept apart from using the luxurious life. Whatever the life has been enjoyed by the Badshahs, that kind of luxurious life was not enjoyed by him. He was really very simple loving person. Okay, so in his reign, the consumption of liquor, gambling was banned, music was banned. Okay children, but he was not a religious tolerant ruler. Okay, so he was not a religious tolerant ruler. Due to this reason children, here each and everyone opposed his rule. Okay, so I hope the whole lesson is revised by me and this revision session is really helpful for you people. I hope for the best. Study hard and do hard work. Definitely you will get the fruit, and please children, take care of yourself. And thank you for watching this video. If you have any doubts and queries, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number. Thank you children.